.56. This is also known as the M855. This is a Lake City round, is the manufacturer. I've heard a lot of talk about this bullet, so we're going to find out what it does. I'm going to be using a 20-inch chrome line barrel with a 1 7 twist. The sight I'm going to be using is a Aimpoint Comp M2. We're going to be shooting this at 100 yards. What I have in front of you is some towel representing some clothing. We have some beef rib, some gelatin with a piece of beef in there, and some beef rib in the back. And to tell you all the reason I'm using this, I had one of my freezers get unplugged. Meat's gone bad, so I figured, well, might as well shoot it. So basically from here to the end of the rib back here measures 10.5 inches. So I'm going to go back and we're going to see what this thing does. Dead center of mass shot, right through the first rib. Not bad at 100 yards with a 4 MOA red dot. Not a lot of expansion there. Going through the jug, massive kinetic energy. The first piece of meat in here, there's the entrance wound, very small. It exited out. I'd say that's about the size of a quarter. I could grab my tape measure and I'd say it's a good inch. Not too bad. The back of the rib, here's the front part. Looks like it got a piece of the rib there. Really hollowed it out. And coming out the back. Pretty good expansion, good fragmentation out the back. When it hit this dirt, showed a lot of kinetic energy going into this dirt. Unfortunately, it looked like it exited right out here, so I wasn't able to capture that bullet. But it looked pretty effective to me. I'm going to set up and do the next test. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot through this I-beam. And then I'm going to have the simulated body behind it, so we're going to see how this bullet responds penetrating a barrier first. So let me get that set up and we'll see what happens. Just for those who want to know, the temperature out here is about 64 degrees, 27% humidity. I'm going to try to go through this I-beam, and then I've got a 10-inch separation from the I-beam to the simulated body. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can make this work. Okay, through the steel. Unfortunately, I was 2 inches high. I don't have a good marking on here. I have to get something with some color. Like I said, I'm using a red dot, no magnification at 100 yards. Hit high, you can see some good fragmentation, busting through there, just hitting the top of the meat, frag that out. And you can see the hole in here. I'll try to dig that out later. I'm going to take another shot and hopefully I can get down into this meat and we'll see what happens. Okay, through the penetration, the I-beam, not a problem. Where it hit the clothing, that's a pretty big old hole right there. Hit high, unfortunately, in the meat. Here you can see some fragmentation right there. This jug is definitely destroyed. There's some fragmentation in the beef here. It looks like a mess. I don't believe it penetrated. Alright, this fragmentation here, this here is from another shot that I went low. And so I shot it again, which was right here. I barely hit the side of the meat. I was having a problem getting my mark through the barrier with the 10-inch gap. So that shot hit low, came to the back of the meat, and stopped right here. Didn't penetrate. The second shot, that was high. Fragmentation there, and you see fragmentation all through here. I'll try to dig out the core if I can, and the one that I hit high, I'll try to dig out the core out of the bucket, and we'll see what we got. Went in, hit high, never hit the meat, went into the dirt. There it is, and it was deep down in there, almost to the bottom. And then we found this little piece of core. Okay, this is what was found in the jello. Here's a piece of the core and some fragmentation. So there you have it. Come to your own conclusions.